Hello friends, I am Chauhan. Today I am going to explain the biography of Robert Browning in front of you. I hope you would like this explanation and give your responses in comment box. Let's begin friends. Robert Browning, best known for his dramatic monologues, was an eminent poet of the 19th century. He didn't achieve fame all of a sudden. In fact, he had to struggle to make his name shine in the galaxy of the poets of eminence in English literature. Let's have a microscopic view of his life and works. He was born on May 7, 1812 in Camberwell, London. His father was a senior clerk in a bank and mother an excellent pianist. And there would be no exaggeration if we say that he inherited love for music from his mother. He developed his love for reading books because there was his father's big library in the house. He wrote his first poem, Pauline, a Fragrant of a Confession, in 1833 when he was too young. So the poem proved to be an open expression of his feelings. In a way, he lays his soul bare to a patient heroine. J.S. Mill, who is called John Stuart Mill, commented on this poem that the poet in this poem possessed with a more intense and morbid self-consciousness than I ever knew in any sane human being. These lines forced Robert Browning to think about the shortcoming that J.S. Mill had pointed out. He decided never to be personal so much openly in his poems. He would only make men and women speak in his poems. He decided this. He proved his promise in his next long poem, Paracelsus, 1835. The hero in this poem was a Renaissance alchemist. Alchemist is the person who produces chemicals. Browning called this poem a failure, and in spite of that, he received favorable reviews. He gained friendship with the authors like William Wordsworth, Thomas Carlyle, and with actor William C. Macready. It gave Robert Browning a moral boost to expand his social circle. The actor William C. Macready encouraged him to try his pen in writing drama verses. Thus he wrote his first drama, Stratford, in 1837, and it could not have more than 5 performances. In all, he wrote 6 dramas, and it took his 10 years more, but none of them could bring sufficient success to him. His another poem, Sordello, written in 1842, was a failure. It gave a big blow to his growing reputation. Critics called the poem in a voice obscure, that is unintelligible and unreadable. Even the poem is ununderstandable for the modern reader. The failure of Stratford and Sordello forced Robert Browning to shift to another genre of writing, that is drama. Thus we had successful poems like Pippa Passes in 1841 and 2 collections of short poems, Dramatic Lyrics, in 1842 and Dramatic Romances and Lyrics in 1845. His dramatic monologues are usually written in blank verse, and some of them are My Last Duchess, Soliloquy of Spanish Cloister, The Bishop Orders His Tomb, The Last Ride Together, Rabbi Ben Ezra, Andrea del Sarto, etc. Robert Browning was married to Elizabeth Bratt. In May 1845, he met her, and very soon they discovered love for each other. Both the lovers had to marry secretly because Elizabeth Bratt's father was against their marriage. Browning's mature poetry came in 1855 with the publication of Man and Woman, a collection of 51 poems. It made him the idol of Dante Gabriel Rossetti and pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood. After that, his health kept declining for several years. Elizabeth Bratt Browning died on June 29, 1861. After that, he left Florence and came to live in England. He published Dramatis Personae in 1864. In spite of some of the dramatic monologues to be complex and overlong, this was the first Browning's works that succeeded to become popular with the readers. His popularity increased with the publication of The Ring and the Book in 1868 and 69. This poem was a long dramatic narrative poem in 12 books. This book was enthusiastically received by the public. Robert Browning became a prominent figure in London society. He was now a frequent guest at dinners, concerts, and receptions. In the next 10 years, he published a volume almost every year. By 1870, he had achieved equal status with Tennyson, the poet laureate. Although Browning could not receive his due in his own time, yet he is very popular with the modern readers. For this, credit goes to Ezra Pound and T.S. Eliot. He died on December 12, 1889, at his son's home in Venice. In the epilogue to his last collection of lyrics, Browning described himself as one who never turned his back but marched breast forward, never doubted clouds would break. Dear friends, I have summed up some facts about Robert Browning. I hope that you would surely like it. Subscribe for my channel. Thank you.